Right now and in high definition on BBC One HD, results and reaction in Final Score.
United 0. Trying to avoid relegation.
He was one of the heroes of the afternoon.
Applause from the away supporters. Go!
The latest score is Wimbledon go through to the Premier.
John Terry's tears, we all remember.
It was 2 crucial weeks.
Hello and welcome to BBC One viewers here on Final Score. We've already had 2 hours in the company of Garth, Crooks and Matt Holland on the BBC HD channel, but that is no way enough. There'll be plenty to talk about in the next hour too. 7 games in the Barclays Premier League today. We've had one result today and it was at Anfield, where Arsenal beat Liverpool by 2-1. Robin van Persie netting twice. It included an injury time winner. All the other games going on at the moment, all of them 3 o'clock kickoffs. Charles Nzogbia's first half goal means Villa lead at Blackburn. Manchester City are a goal up on Bolton through a Greta Steinson own goal, really. He deflected in a cross. If that stays the same way, then City will be 5 points clear at the top this evening. Royston Drenthe put Everton ahead at Loftus Road, but Bobby Zamora equalised there. Goalless between Stoke and Norwich, and the same at West Brom Chelsea. Daniel Sturridge has gone closest though for the visitors and has just been substituted. And it's Wigan 0, Swansea 2. 2 outstanding goals from Gylfi Sigurdsson have put Brendan Rodgers' side ahead, but are now down to 10 men, with Nathan Dyer seeing a straight red for a studs up challenge. We'll go.
Van Persie scored again in stoppage time at the end of the game, brilliantly from an Alex Song chip pass with his left foot on the volley. Van Persie won it. 31 goals this season. Liverpool 1, Arsenal 2.
We had big problems in the first half. I felt we were not in the rhythm of the game. We were dominated by Liverpool, and the luck was that it was 1 at half time. In the second half was much more level. We had good chances in the second half, I felt, but they had to come, you know. The door was not good enough for them, and we knew that in the last 10 minutes we'll get a chance. And when this chance goes to Van Persie, you know that you can get the 3 points. That's what we did.
Steve Davis has scored his 6th of the season for Derby. He's brought them back into it at St Andrews in the Championship. Chris Hughton's side are 2-1 up. And Jack Midson, who is the AFC Wimbledon's top scorer this season, has pulled one back at Edgar Street. Hereford 2, AFC Wimbledon 1. Let's go round our 3 o'clock games in the Premier League, shall we? Starting at Manchester City, taking on Bolton. Matt Holland, very subtly, has just said to me, it's very good timing. Why is that, Damien?
It's because Mario Balotelli has just extended City's lead to 2-0. It was a raid down the right-hand side from Johnson, dribbled into the area. The ball broke to Balotelli, very close in, and he couldn't really miss. He's had a host of chances before that. It was a ball literally 3 yards out from Johnson's pass, and he turned and fired it past Bogdan. Before that, it was an own goal from Greta Steinson. All City had to show for their dominance. Balotelli had a host of chances. He faces disciplinary action for being spotted outside a club in the early hours of yesterday morning. He's had 2 penalty shouts, clear penalty shouts, after clashing with Zat Knight, but he's got his goal finally, and City are in control, 2-0.
Stevenage have lost their last 2 away, but they've equalised against Exeter through Robin Shreep. When we were on the BBC HD channel, we were talking about Mario Balotelli. He's been in the thick of it.
He needed a goal.
But he needed a goal to maybe soften the telling off he's going to get for being out at a nightclub earlier this week.
He's got one at long last. He's had about 4 or 5 opportunities where he perhaps should have scored. One he dragged wide in the first half with a goal at his mercy. And this one, Adam Johnson does brilliantly. He wriggles through a few chances, a few tackles, and then he back heels it into Balotelli's path. Couldn't miss, 5 yards out. He needed that goal.
Just to add to the pressure on Andre Villas-Boas, Arsenal's win at lunchtime put them 3 points ahead of Chelsea in the race for 4th. And so far, the Blues haven't been able to respond. Ivan Gaskell's watching them at West Brom.
Yes, and in fact, West Brom just beginning to turn the screw, so to speak. Malumbu with a drive, touched over the crossbar by Cech, and just a moment ago, Marc-Antoine Fortuné, who's really enjoying a real new lease of life up front for West Brom these days, keeping Shane Long on the bench, no less. But the shot was well saved by Czech. What are we, just over 20 minutes left here? The sun comes out after a shower, and it is evenly poised, it's finely balanced, anybody's game, all of the above really. Not pulsating, but absorbing nonetheless. Chelsea shading the first half and should have been in front, were it not for Daniel Sturridge's miss, dragging wide with only Foster to beat. They would have been, but West Brom trying to end a run of 15 top-flight defeats in a row against Chelsea and doing the job so far.
Richard Cresswell's got 7 for the season for Sheffield United. Do you count that as 8? He's put through his own net. Sheffield United 2, Holland 1. Get details of Matthew Bates, second for Middlesbrough at Fratton Park. Surely, but the first goal of the afternoon at the Britannia Stadium has gone in. Stoke against Norwich. I'm guessing from the announcer's enthusiasm, Andrew James, it's gone to the home side.
It has, Mark. It's gone to Matthew Etherington is the Stoke City scorer. And really it's come as some relief to us all, because prior to that, this game, you wouldn't have blamed the editor of Match of the Day for putting this one on after the last game. There was very little happening in it. But Matthew Etherington has just gone on a solo run down the left-hand side. John Ruddy won't be happy that he was beaten at the near post by Etherington's shot. Stoke had sent on Jerome and Jones, their 2 replacement strikers, for Crouch and Walters, who'd started. Norwich had sent on Simeon Jackson at half-time to support Grant Holt, who'd played as the sole striker in the first half. Barely a chance for either side in the first half, but Etherington's opened it right up on the 40th anniversary weekend of Stoke winning the League Cup, beating Chelsea in the final those 40 years ago in 1972, Mark. Stoke 1, Norwich 0.
Dunfermline haven't won at home this season in the SPL. Doesn't look like it's going to happen today. They're 2-0 down to Motherwell. And now John Lewis's 5th of the season means Bury, who were 3-0 down at home to Huddersfield, have got it back to 2-3. And Derby were 2-0 down at St Andrews, and they've got it back to 2-2. Steve Lee.
Yes, 2-2, a dramatic fight back by Derby. They looked dead and buried with goals from Hoosclep and Marlon King, giving Birmingham the lead just into the second half, and they looked to be out on their feet. But the introduction of Ben Davies, the substitute, has added a bit of spice to their attack. First goal made by Davis, a lovely header from Steve Davis, back in the side after a fractured skull. And then just 5 minutes later, Theo Robinson made it 2-2 after a terrific run and pass from Paul Gray. Nigel Clough is looking a little happier as well, he might. 2-2.
Dagenham and Redbridge have got the opening goal of the afternoon in their game against Bradford through Matthew Saunders, and Portsmouth have already pulled on back against Middlesbrough, which means Tony Husband has 2 goals to tell us about.
Yes, and 3 in 10 minutes in this game after Robson's penalty had put Middlesbrough in front. Jukovic's header was kept out by Stephen Henderson on the Portsmouth line. Matthew Bates followed up to make it 2-0, and you think, well, Middlesbrough are heading for a comfortable victory and getting their promotion campaign back on track. Moments later, though, Lukas Jukovic with a handball from a Ricardo Rocha shot in the penalty area. Greg Halford stepping up and scoring from 12 yards. Portsmouth back in it, 2-1 midway through the second half.
Scottish Division 1 leaders are back ahead. Ross County 2, Queen of South 1. Michael Gardine's 10th of the season, and Tommy Smith has put Ipswich 2-0 up on Bristol City. Michael Chopra getting their first goal in the first half. We're going to go back to the Premier League, to the DW Stadium. Wigan against Swansea. The away side 2 up but down to 10 men. Richard Askin.
Yes, Chappers, Wigan, as you can imagine, since Swansea went down to 10 men, have been attacking, but overall this has been a match lit up by 2 fantastic strikes from Gylfi Sigurdsson, who's been replaced. The first just before the break, fouled by Stephen Colker. He controlled the ball instantly before firing a delicious curling shot beyond Ali Al-Habsi, and then early in the second period he deceived the Wigan keeper with a free kick from 4 or 5 yards outside the box, hitting it sweetly into the far corner. No more than Swansea deserved. They also had other good chances before that. Wigan just on the attack. Victor Moses down this right-hand side, Chappers, and forces a corner. Wigan have been piling on the pressure since Nathan Dyer was sent off for a studs-up challenge on Jordi Gomez in front of the watching Stuart Pearce. He had impressed before that. Momo Diame, Victor Moses and Hugo Rodallega are all on for Wigan. They're going for it, Chappers, but they've an awful lot to do.
Yeah, not a great afternoon for Wigan, not a great afternoon for Bolton, and to complete the Lancashire trilogy, not a great afternoon for Blackburn either. James Mason.
No, they trail Aston Villa 1-0 at the moment, Mark, and a pulsating finish in prospect. But prior to kick-off, both managers knew they were under pressure from their disgruntled fans. Nothing new perhaps for Blackburn Steve Keane, but a defeat for Aston Villa would have dragged Alex McLeish's men well and truly into the relegation mix. But an energetic first-half performance and a fine strike from Charles and Zogbia gave the visitors the lead. And but for 2 2 wonderful saves from Paul Robinson, denying Nzogbe again, and Stephen Ireland. Aston Villa could be 2, if not 3-0 up. However, a double substitution this second half has given Blackburn some added impetus, and with their Villa keeper Shea Given saving twice himself as Blackburn come forward and look.
Oh no. Nothing happened. It got clear. Oldham, another side who were 2-0 down today at Bramall Lane. Kieran Lee, the former Manchester United youth captain, has equalised for them at Bramall Lane. Chesterfield, in that relegation battle in League One, have taken the lead through Jordan Bowery against Les Parry's Tranmere. Chesterfield 1, Tranmere 0. Back to the Premier League, where there is everything to play for at Loftus Road. Jonathan Ledyard.
Still 1-1, stalemate, lots of commitment and endeavour after Everton took the lead through Drenthe, and then Zamora with his second goal headed 5 minutes later equalised. We just need a bit of skill, something different to lift it. It's beginning to open up now with the last 15 minutes or so. The better chances, though, for Rangers. Bruzaki's hit shots over the bar. Tarat again wasteful on his own on the left and then dragged that wide. Would have been his first goal since April last year. It is important, as you say, that Rangers find a goal, because currently, as you've said, they are 10 points behind Aston Villa, the next club above them. And if they carry on like this, that's a heck of a gap to make up with the run-in they've got. Everton have made a double change, by the way. Osman and Jelavic on for Drenthe and Cahill. 13 minutes to go, 1-1. Squirrel disappeared.
Daryl Duffy's 9th league goal of the season means Cheltenham have pulled one back against bottom of the table Northampton. Southend now 2-0 up on Burton through the former Millwall man Neil Harris. Could be a big 3 points for Paul Sturrock's men, that given that Cheltenham are losing. Swindon were beaten by 10-man Oxford earlier on today in the noon kick-off. Back to the Premier League games. Matt Holland, I know you just want to mention the red card that Nathan Dyer of Swansea received.
Well, I think he's very unlucky. I mean, the two players going together, it's 6 of one, half a dozen the other. He sort of sticks his leg out. It's a bouncing ball. He sticks his foot up. It's 1 foot. Yes, he catches him a little bit, doesn't he, Garth? But obviously, yellow card at worst for me. I think he's very unlucky to see red. We actually saw another challenge in the Blackburn game. Pedersen went in along the floor where he jumped into the challenge far more than Nathan Dyer did and received a yellow card.
Yeah. I think Andre Marriott treats Nathan Dyer very harshly.
Yeah. And out of all the games we're seeing, most significant could be the 3 points for Aston Villa, which is everything stands. They'd be 10 clear of QPR in 16.
Aston Villa, for me, have been outstanding performance. It's been an excellent contest. Blackburn are still in it, by the way, pushing very hard, looking for the equaliser. But I have to say, Stephen Ireland outstanding. Nzogbe scores a fantastic goal. It's been a good performance.
Fernando Torres has just come on for Chelsea at West Brom, but it is still goalless there. In the lunchtime game in the SPL, it finished Aberdeen 1, Celtic 1. A chance for Rangers to close that mammoth gap then at the top. They're at home to Hearts. Brian McLaughlin.
Or maybe not. It's Rangers 1, Hearts 1, but we currently have a penalty for Hearts. Davis opened to scoring in the stroke of half-time for Rangers in the first half. They completely controlled, but Ian Black equalised for Hearts with a stunning 35-yarder. Hearts have just been awarded a penalty and a booking as well for Doran going for an elbow on one of the Hearts players as a corner was swung in. It's going to be Jamie Hamill who's going to take the spot kick. You can hear the boos ringing round Ibrox. He takes a save by goalkeeper Alan McGregor, but knocked in. The rebound by Jamie Hamill. We've played 77 minutes here at Ibrox. Stunning scoreline. Rangers 1, Hearts 2.
And that'll be 3 straight defeats at Ibrox in all competitions for Ali McCoy's men if Hearts stay 2-1 up. Let's get the details, shall we, from that 1-1 draw between Aberdeen and Celtic at lunchtime. Here's Dave Donaldson.
Celtic's 17-game winning run in the SPL came to an end against the determined Aberdeen side. When Anthony Stokes put Celtic in front, it looked like business as usual for Neil Lennon's team. But a minute before half-time, Gavin Ray drew Aberdeen level when his low drive was deflected past Fraser Foster by Andrew Blackman, who was making his Celtic debut. Both teams pressed for a winner, neither could find one, and Aberdeen will be delighted with a point against the league leaders. Aberdeen 1, Celtic 1.
Dean Shields is going to be sent to his room without any tea when he gets home. He's the Kilmarnock manager's son, and he's been sent off this afternoon in their game. And Watford, who were 2-0 down at Vicarage Road, have turned it round to go 3-2 up. Troy Deeney's 6th of the season. We'll get details from that shortly, but there's been a goal in the game at the Den involving informed Reading. 1-1 last time we were with Tony Lockwood.
Yes, Reading are now leading Millwall by 2-1. Millwall looking for an offside flag that didn't come. Jason Roberts slotting it into the path of the advancing Adam Le Fondre, and the simplest of finishes for the Reading substitute. Millwall had taken a lead in the first half early on through Andy Keogh, the first goal that Reading had conceded since January the 21st. The Royals level on first half stoppage time. Hal Robson-Carnew's dipping volley, too good for David Ford in the Lions goal. But a moment ago, Le Fondre off the bench with dramatic consequences. Reading looking for a 6th straight win, a 2-1 in front of the New Den.
7 for the season for Adam Le Fondre, the former Rotherham striker. Right, another goal in the Championship, this time at Selhurst Park. Mark Bishop.
Crystal Palace 1, Peterborough United 0. Peterborough looking for their first league win here at Selhurst Park since 1962. Doesn't look as if it's going to happen today. Against the run of play, a lofted ball into the Peterborough penalty area. Out came the goalkeeper, Paul Jones, made a real hash of it. And there was Jedinak, Mike Jedinak. Lovely little kick, a lob over the keeper, back of the net. It had been all Palace up until about 20 minutes ago, but now they're on fire at the moment. Another shot and a great save from the keeper, almost 2-0. Palace in the ascendancy, and they lead by 1-0 through that Jedinak effort.
Nottingham Forest are going for 3 successive wins for the first time this season. They were a goal up at Oakwell against Barnsley, but not anymore. Harry Gratian.
Absolutely, Mark. Super goal as well from Craig Davies. 25 yards out, giving the goalkeeper a leak out. No chance at all. Much better Barnsley display in the second half. Forest were terrific in the first half. 1-1.
11 for the season for Craig Davis for Barnsley. To Doncaster next against unbeaten Brighton in this calendar year. Adam Pope.
Well, Brighton are leading by a 1-0, but Doncaster have a penalty. El Hadj Diouf is about to take it once they clear the penalty area. The referee has got them all outside the D, and El Hadj Diouf with the chance to put Doncaster on level terms. Up he steps on the right boot and scores down to the bottom left-hand side of the goal past Peter Brezovan, who didn't even move. Doncaster haven't won in 7 games. It's been all them in the second half. And Brighton, who are unbeaten in 9, well, they're going to be tested at the back end of this game as they look to get back into the playoffs. It's Doncaster 1, Brighton 1.
5 for the season for El Hadj Diouf. Let's find out about this Watford comeback at Vicarage Road. Steve May.
Yes, this could be embarrassing for Burnley. It's Watford 3, Burnley 2 at the moment. Watford 2-0 down just after half-time. An eventful game for their defender, Nyron Nosworthy, who's been credited with a goal at both ends, having never scored for Watford before. And this after Jay Rodriguez had put Burnley ahead just before half-time with his 20th of the season, and he became the first Burnley player since Frank Casper in 1968 to score 20 in a season at this level. The substitutes, Alex Kakanaklic, got the equaliser into the far corner. That was his first Watford goal. And then Troy Deeney, after a goalmouth scramble, has made it 3-2. We've got 5 minutes left here, all getting very exciting. It's Watford 3, Burnley 2.
Goal. Definitely.
Yes, definitely goal.
Where am I going, Garth?
Hawthorns,
West Brom, Chelsea, Ivan Gaskell.
Yes, I can confirm it's definitely a goal. It's definitely a goal for West Bromwich Albion. A long time coming. 17 successive defeats against Chelsea could be coming to an end. They've got 9 minutes left. The goal, when it came, followed a sustained period of pressure. The ball was played back in by Andrews, lobbed in. It was bouncing around after a couple of corners. Ridgewell fired towards the goal. It was slightly miscued, but Gareth McCauley, of all people, a big centre-half, reacted quickest, turned it in. It's 1-0 West Brom.
There was nobody near him when he stabbed that in.
The nearest man was Lampard. I mean, it's a corner, set piece. You'd think they'd be man-to-man, wouldn't you? But there's Gareth McCauley, Odin Wingy, 2 yards from goal, both completely free.
As we cross to Ivan, Garth, we were just going big goal, big goal.
It is. It's for VS Barros is a big goal. I have to say, at this point, I thought Ashley Cole was as good as any man on the park. He was outstanding, defending resolutely, attacking, and how anybody can leave Ashley Cole out of a Chelsea side at the moment is beyond me as far as I'm concerned. But the goal has come. Not only it's a bad time for the club, bearing in mind that Arsenal have won today, but VS Barros is under increasing player. They've got to try and get back in this game. It's crucial for his survival.
Lee Mansell's 10th of the season means Torquay have taken the lead against Crawley Town. Crawley Town 0, Torquay 1. And if Gareth McCauley's is a big goal for West Brom, how big is this goal at Ewood Park? James Mason.
It could be huge, Chappers. David Dunn equalising for Blackburn Rovers and running to the bench, and in particular Steve Keane. Matt Holland mentioned that he thought the Blackburn players were playing for Steve Keane. I think he's right. David Dunn heading the ball past Shea Given, a hapless Shea Given who's been wonderful in this second half. It was a deep cross. It could and should have been defended by the Villa back four, but to be fair to Blackburn, they've been pushing for the last 15 minutes and probably deserve this. It could be a huge goal. It's 1-1.
I think we have a difference of opinion there.
Yeah, we do.
You're criticising the defenders.
I think Collins is responsible here. I think he should have defended that. He's under increasing pressure at the moment.
He was under pressure from Yakubu, and the ball went over the two of them. Hutton probably should be a little bit closer in, I think. Marking,
it was a decent cross, though.
It was a very good ball in.
It's dropped over Yakubu and Collins, who I think is trying to defend it. It's dropped over him, and Dunn's had to stoop down to get his head to get past.
I think Hutton needs to get in as well from right back.
So two big goals in the Premier League, with West Brom taking the lead against Chelsea. Blackburn level with Aston Villa. There's about 5 minutes to go in both of those games. Lee Mansell didn't get that Torquay goal. It's been given to Ewan O'Kane, so Mansell goes back to 9 for the season. Crawley 10-0. Torquay 1 in League 2. It's been an afternoon of missed penalties for Andy Barwell watching Leicester Coventry.
Yes, but it's 2-0 to Leicester, tapping some of their two strikers. Not that Nigel Pearson will complain about that. David Nugent and Jermaine Beckford, the two scorers. Both sides, though, having spot kicks saved. Neil Dans missed for Leicester when it was goalless. And Coventry substitute Sammy Clingan with his first kick had the chance to make it 2-1, but really poor effort and a good save from Kasper Schmeichel. But Leicester down to 10 men. Paul Konchesky has just been sent off, a straight red card for a challenge on Alex Nimley. So Leicester playing out the last 5 minutes here with only 10 men, but it's Leicester 2, Coventry 0.
Just one game that we haven't been to in the Championship so far here on BBC One. Robin Bailey watching Ipswich Bristol City.
Yes, Ipswich 2, Bristol City 0. Tommy Smith has got the second for Ipswich to make the point safe. A thumping header from a corner after he played for New Zealand, the other side of the world, in midweek. No jet lag there. But the story is the demise of Bristol City. No wins in 7 now, and Michael Chopra's 6th goal in 6 games. He very nearly didn't play today after a late night drinking incident in Newcastle in midweek. The guy he was with, Jimmy Bullard, was suspended by the club. It smacked of double standards, but you know, Paul Jewell just can't leave him out on this form, and he scored the goal, and he could have had 3 but for David James. It's 2-0 Ipswich.
Petr Cech has just kept Chelsea in it at the Hawthorns. Ivan Gaskell.
Yes, he has. Keith Andrews so nearly made it 2 and surely would have made it safe. Andrews with a very good volley. It was very well saved by Cech. I think he might have seen it reasonably late. What have we got now? 4 minutes of normal time here, and West Brom actually, if anything, are putting the pressure on. That's really shocked Chelsea. A real setback, and it's all eyes on a lonely looking figure standing in a very natty raincoat, charcoal grey, black trousers and shiny black shoes, but the pressure and the spotlight, perhaps black is an appropriate colour, because it's looking pretty gloomy for AVB right now.
He's right, he's Ivan, as you look at the monitor to our left. He does cut a lonely figure, does the Chelsea manager. Let's dip into League One. What a comeback from Oldham at Bramall Lane. Seth Bennett.
Tell you what, stunning stuff here. 6 minutes to go. Oldham for 65 minutes, second best. Well out of this game, but a Richard Creswell own goal. He headed home, a diving header from 6 yards from a corner kick. Don't know how, don't know why, but he found the net as he did against Oldham for the Blades when these two met earlier in the season. And then Kieran Lee was able to curl the ball into the top corner. Stunning strike. Well worth a view on the Football League show a little later on. The Blades have also had a man sent off in between those 2 goals. Matthew Lowton, first for having a go at the referee after that first goal, the second for a rash challenge that he was always second best in. He threw himself at the ball, and the referee had no hesitation in giving a second yellow. And now Oldham are on top, and they could take away quite a remarkable victory here. It's 2-2.
Wycombe have lost their last 5 away league games. They're going to lose again, aren't they, at Glanford Park? But they've got a consolation through Matt McClure. Scunthorpe 4, Wycombe 1. Heading into injury time in the Premier League games. You've got 4 minutes of it at Loftus Road, Jonathan Ledyard.
They have, and the home crowd getting agitated as Fellaini goes through, but that's a foul on Hill. It would be cruel if Queen's Park Rangers lost now. They've had the better chances. They've still got all 11 players on. They've had Tarat taken off and Mackey's gone on instead. Everton seemingly happy with what they have. Coleman's on for Straklerski, but it remains to be seen whether Rangers can keep this point in the bag. That's progress in itself, given what's happened with Aston Villa. But Everton looking to catch them on the break. 1-1, 3 minutes to go.
Yeovil are on course for their 4th successive home league win. 2 this afternoon for Andrew Williams, 11 in the league for the season, and they're 2-1 up on Brentford. Late goal at Fratton Park. Tony Husband, Portsmouth Middlesbrough. Who's got it?
It's gone to Middlesbrough. It should seal all 3 points now for Tony Mowbray's men. Marvin Emnes on as a substitute, capitalising on a save made by Stephen Henderson after Adam Hamill had that shot saved. It broke to Emnes and he blasted it into the roof of the net. Tough times for Portsmouth, of course. So many problems off the field, and they're heading for defeat this afternoon. 3-1 down now.
11 in the league for Marvin Emnes this season, 15 in all competitions. Back to Ewood Park in the Premier League. Who's looking most like getting a winner there? James Mason.
Oh, Blackburn without a doubt, Chappers. 3 minutes to go, and it's Blackburn who've got all this attacking potential with Junior Hoylett done. Yakubu that are pushing forward every opportunity. The 2 Olsen twins on the left are creating all sorts of problems for Aston Villa. So with about 2.5 minutes to go, it's still 1-1.
OK, straight to the DW Stadium next. Richard Askham on the monitor here. We've seen a lot of home fans leaving the stadium already.
Yes, plenty of Wigan fans are leaving at the moment, Chappers. A couple of disgruntled boos and plenty of moaning as well from the Wigan faithful. They've seen their side have plenty of possession in the last few minutes, as you would expect, with Swansea down to 10 men, but only one real chance. Hugo Rodallega with the shot, well saved by Michel Vaughan. Momo Diame has come off the bench to add a bit of pace and power to the centre of that midfield, but Swansea coasting to victory, and it's their fans to my left-hand side. None of them are leaving, who are singing.
Carden beat the Scottish Division 2 leaders have been held by Airdrie, but they won't be too worried because Arbroath, who are second in that division, have also been held 2-2 by East Fife. Back to the Premier League. Andrew James, a Stoke holding on against Norwich.
They're looking fairly comfortable into the last minute of 3 minutes added on here at the Britannia Stadium. Still Stoke 1, Norwich 0. That goal from Matthew Etherington midway through the second half. The difference between the two sides, a bit of a skirmish going on down there at the moment. Indifferent for much of the game, but Etherington's goal at the near post has made the difference. We will have to look at the replays though, because suggestions that the throw-in that it was given, from which the goal came, should have been given the other way perhaps to Norwich. But Norwich, I'm told, have now set equal the new Premier League record. 28 Premier League away games, stretching back to their previous spell in the Premier League, without keeping a clean sheet away from home. Stoke 1, Norwich 0, last minute of stoppage time.
The scouts of big clubs are watching Jamie Vardy, and he scored again for the conference leaders. Tamworth 0, Fleetwood 2. Full-time whistles going around the country. As you can see, it's already... Chelsea should be level at the Hawthorns, but they're not. Why not? Ivan Gaskell.
Because Frank Lampard, who popped up as he's so often done over the years, and is looking for his 150th Premier League goal. He won't get many better chances than that one. He somehow, though, contrived to steer a chance from in front of an open, yawning goal just wide of the post. West Brom fans breathe again. They're so desperate to end this unbelievable run of 15 consecutive top-flight defeats against Chelsea. They have about a minute and a half to hang on for it.
Peterhead stopped their comeback. East Stirling beat them 6-3 in Scottish Division 3, and Bury have come back from 3-0 down to draw 3-3 with Huddersfield, and at Loftus Road the spoils are shared. Jonathan Ledyard.
1-1 it finished. Everton extend their unbeaten run to 8, but it's more significant that at least Rangers have got a point and they are unbeaten for a game. Because that's progress. It's only their 4th point at home this season, and better discipline too. Absolutely crucial. They had no cards, yellow or red, and that's what happened today. And it was a good recovery as well, because they were 1-0 down after Drenther's 4th goal of the year. That was a 25-yarder. Zamora equaliser was deserved 5 minutes later, and they had the better chances to score and win in the second half. Bazaki twice, and Tarat in particular was wasteful. And they've also got Blackburn Rovers to thank, I'd say, for keeping Aston Villa just in touch, 8 points behind. 1-1 at Loftus Road.
Cheltenham have come from 2 down to draw with Northampton. Darryl Duffy 2 in the afternoon, 10 for the season for him. Cheltenham 2, Northampton 2, and Stoke have taken all 3 points at the Britannia. Andrew James.
Yes, confirmation of Stoke 1, Norwich 0. Matthew Etherington's goal halfway through the second half sealing it, but you'll have to watch the analysis on Match of the Day tonight to see if it was a fair goal for Stoke City. At the final whistle, Grant Holt and Elliot Ward in particular remonstrating with the referee and linesman. Between them, the throw-in was initially given to Norwich City, then it was given to Stoke, and from that throw-in, Stoke scored the only goal of the game. Norwich still to win at the Britannia. It's Stoke 1, Norwich 0.
Next, we're going to go to Ewood Park. James Mason, point shared here as well.
Yes, Blackburn Rovers won, Aston Villa won. Without a win in 4 before today, Alex McLeish knew defeat at Blackburn would be unthinkable, dragging his side into the relegation reckoning. But a first-half performance full of character suggested his side were good for the win. They took the lead midway through the first half. Spanish defender Carlos Cuellar cutting in from the left before finding Charles Nzogbia to fire home. However, a double substitution gave Blackburn an added impetus in the second half, especially with the likes of Hoylett and Pedersen, both denied by Shade Given, before substitute David Dunn equalised with a close-range header with only minutes to go. Both keepers deserve credit for fine individual performances, but Paul Robinson was magnificent, producing 4 saves of the highest quality to keep his side in the game and in the end earn a point.
Looks like Charlton are going to win at Bournemouth. Jan Kermigan's 9th of the season means they've got a late winner there. Bournemouth 0, Charlton 1, and the final whistle has gone at the Hawthorns. Ivan Gaskell.
That is what relief sounds like. 33 years since their last league win against Chelsea, the end of 15 consecutive top-flight defeats against them. At last, West Brom have broken that long deadlock and beaten their bogey team. 1-0, the goal came from an unlikely source, Gareth McCauley, big wiry defender with 7 minutes left, and then there was the agony for West Brom fans of 4.5 minutes of added time. They dealt with it. Lampard missed a good chance right at the death, but Chelsea were made to pay for missed chances in the first half, and one wonders if their manager might pay yet the biggest price of all. 1-0 West Brom.
That's the big question at the end of this, Garth, isn't it?
It is.
That really is.
It is. I have to be fair to Chelsea, I thought they looked enterprising. They were looking. They started well, but as the game wore on, it seemed that West Brom, who had a very good result last week, seemed to be actually believing that they could actually win the game. They get the break, and then Chelsea don't seem to have anything in the locker to respond. Yet Frank Lampard has a great chance, and so does Mata right at the very end. But what sums Chelsea up is they have a free kick in the dying moments of the game, and Mata can't even miss the first man. So that moment, they give it up.
I mean, that's a really bad result for AVB when you, in terms of finishing 4th in the Premier League, the Champions League spaces. But he's got Birmingham in the FA Cup. He's got Napoli in the Champions League. I think you lose either of those games, and he could be. He might not even
reach the Napoli.
No, he might not.
If rumours are flying around, the Rafael Benitez stories don't come out of nowhere. There are people planting different things from various camps. You know, there's an argument that he ain't going to be Chelsea manager tomorrow morning.
The Champions League for Abramovich is the holy grail, and they're looking like they're probably going to go out of the Champions League if they lose to Birmingham in the FA Cup as well, and don't finish 4th. Wow, I mean, he could be gone.
It's just gone through on the video print. You may have seen it. Chef Kikuchi's 10th of the season means Oldham have come from 2-0 down at Bramall Lane at Sheffield United to lead 3-2. The referee probably won't be popular there. He dismissed a Sheffield United player and he's given a late penalty. Back to the Premier League, where, speaking of people not being very happy, the Wigan fans are furious. They've been beaten by Swansea this afternoon. Richard Askham.
They are chappers after a match won by 2 terrific strikes from Gylfi Sigurdsson. The first, a curled shot of the highest quality. It really was a fantastic goal from just outside the box. The second from a bit further out, a free kick hit sweetly into the far corner past the flat-footed Ali Al-Habsi. Wigan were given a glimmer of hope when Nathan Dyer was harshly dismissed for a studs-up challenge on Jordi Gomez. But even down to 10 men, Swansea coped easily with what the Latics threw at them. Leon Britton and Joe Allen were, as they often are, immaculate. Scott Sinclair a constant threat. Boos rang out at the final whistle, and for Roberto Martinez, this defeat against his former side leaves his current one rock bottom and in deep trouble.
Late equaliser for Walsall. They've come back to draw 1-1 at Leyton Orient, and on an afternoon of comebacks, that man there saw his side do it at St Andrews. Birmingham 2, Derby 2, watched by Steve Lee.
Well, Derby's first goals in more than 7 hours earned them an unlikely but very welcome point at St Andrews. Birmingham had bossed the match for nearly an hour. Eric Husklep's deflected effort and Marlon King's arrow-like finish gave them seemingly a comfortable buffer. Then Derby awoke from their big sleep. The two Davises combined for their opener. Ben Davies with an excellent cross, Steve Davis with the header. Theo Robinson then equalised 5 minutes later after Paul Green's surging run. Nigel Clough, a very relieved manager, and Derby's vociferous and loyal fans with something to shout about at the end. Birmingham 2, Derby 2.
And in the Championship as well, the Reading roll continues. Tony Lockwood.
Reading make it 6 straight wins, and this after trailing to an Andy Keogh goal. Hal Robson-Kanu's volley in first half stoppage time brought them level, and when after the restart the home defence was caught out, Jason Roberts slotted the ball into the path of substitute Adam Lafondra to score Reading's second of the afternoon, and automatic promotion remains a distinct possibility for Brian McDermott's side. Millwall 1, Reading 2.
Let's find how it ended at the Keep Moat. Adam Pope watching Doncaster-Brighton.
Finished 1-1, Brighton stretching their unbeaten run to 10 matches, but definitely for Gus Poyet, their manager, this will be labelled in the ground out a result file. There was little mark of the fluent play which has characterised much of their season. Even their goal was untidy. Liam Bridcut's first half shot was miscued into the path of Craig McHale-Smith, who rounded the keeper to score his 10th of the season. Rovers deserved their point though. They squandered several chances in open play. They were awarded a penalty, apparently for handball, 10 minutes from time, and he may lack a lot of class in his behaviour, but there's no doubt that El Hadj Diouf had oodles of it in his feet. He took the penalty beautifully, and it means that point might just stop the relegation bell from tolling for Doncaster. Rovers 1, Brighton 1.
All the details next from that remarkable game in League One at Bramall Lane. Oldham 2 down, coming back to win 3-2 against Sheffield United. I would imagine the referee particularly unpopular, Seth Bennett.
Yeah, but I don't think he necessarily got all the decisions wrong here, though many with red and white glasses may feel a little differently this evening. Sheffield United led by 2-0, and as the game wore on, they looked in complete control. Both goals coming for them in the first half. Matthew Lowton and then Ched Evans. On 65 minutes, though, Oldham got themselves back into the game. Corner kick came in, diving header. It was Richard Creswell, though, who headed into his own goal. Then, moments later, Matthew Lowton, who'd been booked for protesting that first goal, dived into a challenge at the other end, and the referee had no option but to show a second yellow card and dismiss him. That really spurred Oldham on. They very quickly made it 2-2. Kieran Lee with a stunning curling effort right into the top corner, postage stamp. Then grandstand finish completely set up, and the substitute Ruben Reid ran free for the Latics. He put pressure on Harry Maguire, ghosted past him. Maguire pulled him back in the area. Referee gives the penalty. No decision other than to show a straight red card for a professional foul. The penalty fell to the one man, a former Owl, Shefki Kuchi, to put the exclamation points on the comeback as it finishes Sheffield United 2, Oldham Athletic 3.
More reaction and goals to come, but just a quick reminder that Final Score is now on the BBC HD channel from 2:30 every Saturday, as well as the Red Button and the BBC Sport website. So many different ways for you to watch us. But at 5:01, let's get the full classified results now with Mike West.
And starting with the Barclays Premier League, Blackburn Rovers 1, Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1, Arsenal 2, Manchester City 2, Bolton Wanderers 0, Queen's Park Rangers 1, Everton 1, Stoke City 1, Norwich City 0, West Bromwich Albion 1, Chelsea 0, and Wigan Athletic 0, Swansea City 2. In the Empire Championship, Barnsley 1, Nottingham Forest 1, Birmingham City 2, Derby County 2, Crystal Palace 1, Peterborough United 0, Doncaster Rovers 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1, Ipswich Town 3, Bristol City 0. The game between Leeds United and Southampton is an evening kick-off at 5:20. Leicester City 2, Coventry City 0, Millwall 1, Reading 2, Portsmouth 1, Middlesbrough 3, and Watford 3, Burnley 2. On to the Empire League 1, AFC Bournemouth 0, Charlton Athletic 1, Bury 3, Huddersfield Town 3, Chesterfield 1, Tranmere Rovers 0, Colchester United 3, Preston North End 0, Exeter City 1, Stevenage 1, Hartlepool United 1, Milton Keynes Dons 1, Leyton Orient 1, Walsall 1, Notts County 2, Carlisle United 0, Rochdale 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Scunthorpe United 4, Wycombe Wanderers 1, Sheffield United 2, Oldham Athletic 3, Yeovil Town 2, Brentford 1. In the Empire League 2, Accrington Stanley 2, Port Vale 2. Aldershot Town 1, Morecambe 0. Barnet 1, Rotherham United 1. Bristol Rovers 0, Macclesfield Town 0. Burton Albion 0, Southend United 2. Cheltenham Town 2, Northampton Town 2. Crawley Town 0, Torquay United 1. Crewe Alexandra 1, Shrewsbury Town 1. Dagenham and Redbridge 1, Bradford City 0. Hereford United 2, AFC Wimbledon 1. Oxford United 2, Swindon Town 0. And Plymouth Argyle 0, Gillingham 1. On to the Blue Square Bet Premier, Alfreton Town 0, AFC Telford United 0. Darlington 0, Stockport County 1. Forest Green Rovers 2, Cambridge United 1. Gateshead 2, Ebbsfleet United 3. Grimsby Town 1, Braintree Town 1. Kettering Town 0, Wrexham 1. Kidderminster 1, Barrow 2. Luton Town 2, Bath City 0. Mansfield Town 2, Lincoln City 1. Southport 1, Newport County 1. Tamworth 0, Fleetwood Town 3. And York City 2, Hayes and Yeading United 0. Into Scotland and the Clydesdale Bank Scottish Premier League, Aberdeen 1, Celtic 1. Dunfermline 0, Motherwell 2. Hibernian 0, St Mirren 0. Kilmarnock 0, St Johnstone 0. And Rangers 1, Hearts 2. The Iron Brew Scottish Division 1, Ayr United 1, Falkirk 0. Livingston 2, Dundee 3. Partick Thistle 2, Hamilton Academical 0. Raith Rovers 5, Greenock Morton 0. And Ross County 2, Queen of the South 1. The Scottish Division 2, Airdrie United 1, Cowden Beath 1. Arbroath 2, East Fife 2. Brechin City 2, Dumbarton 2. Forfar Athletic 1, Stenhouse Muir 2. And Stirling Albion 3, Albion Rovers 0. In the Scottish Division 3, Annan Athletic 1, Alloa Athletic 2. Clyde 1, Montrose 2. East Stirlingshire 6, Peterhead 3. Elgin City 1, Queen's Park 1. And Stranraer 1, Berwick Rangers 3. Finally, the Corbett Sports Welsh Premier, Bangor City 1, Neath 3 is a latest score. For Talbot Town 1, Newtown 1. And Prestatyn Town 1, Llanelli 2.
OK, let's have a look at the tables. Manchester City now sit 5 points clear at the top, and their goal difference is plus 50. Manchester United get the chance to respond against Spurs tomorrow. It's advantage Arsenal in the race for fourth. Today's results leave them 3 clear of Chelsea and 10 ahead of Liverpool. Newcastle will go level on points with Andre Villas-Boas' side if they win tomorrow's Tyne-Wear derby. Wigan and Bolton remain at the foot of the table after losing today. Blackburn stay third bottom despite their late equaliser against Aston Villa. QPR have gone ahead of Wolves after collecting a point against Everton. Leaders Southampton playing today's late kick-off. West Ham are in action tomorrow, a game you can see live on the BBC. So Reading took full advantage by beating Millwall to go within 2 points of top spot. Doncaster came from behind to draw with Brighton as far as the bottom is concerned, but crisis club Portsmouth, Coventry and Bristol City all suffered damaging defeats. Into League One, top of the table, Charlton scored in the last minute. They're now a whopping 13 clear of Sheffield United, who threw away a 2-goal lead to lose to Oldham. Rivals Wednesday failed to give new manager Dave Jones a debut win as they were held by struggling Rochdale. Chesterfield hauled themselves off the bottom thanks to a crucial win against Tranmere and Wycombe's thrashing at Scunthorpe. Swindon lost their derby with Oxford at lunchtime, but Cheltenham couldn't take advantage. They could only scramble a draw with Northampton. And the Cobblers did come so close to hauling themselves off the bottom, but they remained behind Plymouth and Dagenham, who were actually out of the bottom two, thanks to a crucial win over Bradford. Fleetwood's win over Tamworth maintains their 5-point lead over Wrexham, who beat struggling Kettering at the top of the conference. And that completed a miserable week for second-bottom Poppies, who had 3 points deducted yesterday for failing to pay their creditors. And as far as the SPL is concerned, Celtic run of 17 straight league wins came to an end with a draw at Aberdeen, but they extend their lead over troubled Rangers to 21 points, who suffered another defeat at Ibrox. Dunfermline remain rooted to the foot of the table after losing to third place Motherwell. Right, let's get the headlines from the Premier League today. It's the winner as Chelsea suffer their first defeat to West Brom since 1979. The pressure continues to grow on Andre Villas-Boas. Arsenal yet again rely and salvage a point through David Dunn, who cancels out Charles Nzogbia's opener for Villa. The Premier League's bottom side are left spellbound by two magical moments from Swansea's Gylfi Sigurdsson. And honours are even at Loftus Road, where Bobby Zamora earns a point for relegation-threatened Rangers. And Matthew Etherington's goal lifts Stoke into the top half of the table above Norwich. And you can see all those games on Match of the Day tonight at 10:20 with Gary and the two Allens. Two very, very big stories today in the Premier League. We've got Chelsea losing at West Brom. We'll talk about that shortly. But Manchester City have equalled Manchester United's record of 19 straight home wins. Guy Mowbray commentating there for Match of the Day. It was all very easy, wasn't it, Guy?
It was, yes. It should have been a lot more than 2-0 in all honesty. I mean, the first 10-15 minutes, I've never seen so many chances created in the opening 15 minutes of any Premier League game. City were just swarming all over Bolton. It was interesting that nearly all the chances were falling to Mario Balotelli, but time and time again he was either a little slow to react or he found Adam Bogdan in his way, the excellent Bolton goalkeeper. And finally he did get the second goal when set up by a great bit of work from Adam Johnson. But hearing from Roberto Mancini, absolutely fantastic, the City boss. He has said, after his night out incident in the early hours of Friday morning, he said, if it's true, I will hit him with the maximum fine. If he'd gone to bed early, he'd have scored 2 or 3 of those goals. So, he's going to take action against that. But he can't do anything else but pick him, because at times he was absolutely brilliant today.
All right, Guy, well, let's hear what Roberto Mancini said, shall we? Straight after the game at the Etihad Stadium.
Mario finally got his goal. It was a terrific work from Adam Johnson down the right-hand side.
Yeah. He played well. He missing 4 goals. He scored 1 goal. Adam did a fantastic assist for Mario. This is important.
5 points clear now and equalling Manchester United's record.
2 points, because tomorrow they will win.
A quick word about Mario. Disciplinary action against him after being in a club in the early hours yesterday.
I know this here at the stadium. I didn't read the newspaper. Tomorrow I will speak with him. If everything is true, I will do the maximum fine that I can do.
Are you disappointed as his manager?
I'm really disappointed for this. I really disappointed him. But I need to speak with him because I don't know if when they was happened this. I don't know.
You will stick with him though?
Yeah, no, for this, yes, because he's a good player. But if it's true, tomorrow I speak with him, I decide for the fine.
Is it a distraction, some of the things he does off the pitch?
I think that if he goes to the bed earlier, maybe he scored 3 goals. Because he's missing 4 goals, maybe for this reason.
Guy was right, wasn't it? It was a very good interview with Damian Johnson. And, he is showing that he can be a disciplinarian, so we will hit Balotelli with the maximum fine.
We've seen it happen with Tevez. No doubt there are others. And clearly, if Mario stepped out of line, he wants his version first. It could cost him 2 weeks' wages. Small beer for Mario Balotelli.
Is he trying to play Alex Ferguson at his own game there with they'll win at Spurs tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. That's putting the ball straight back into Man United's court and putting the pressure on them tomorrow, because United face a really tricky game at Spurs. He'll be wounded by last week's game.
The other big story today will be Chelsea losing at West Brom and what this does for Andre Villas-Boas. I think a word you both used to describe him at times was isolated.
Yes, lonely, often a lonely figure in that technical area, and it's whether or not he's big enough to cope with the pressure, and in those situations you do need a big figure. And I think he looks anything but a big figure over his last few weeks.
I think he needs help from his coaching staff as well. Someone that just come and get in his ear.
Right, coming up shortly on the Red Button, we're going to hear from Motti. We'll have all the goals from Birmingham against Derby and Leicester versus Coventry as well. And every goal from the Football League will be with Manish from 11:40 straight after Match of the Day. Tomorrow, it's live football from the Championship on the BBC. So join Gabby from 12:30 at the Cardiff City Stadium on BBC One, and then following that at 2:45 it's France against Ireland in the Six Nations. And coming up next Saturday, something a little bit special on Football Focus, courtesy of this man.
Now, I wait for no man, but if you tune into Football Focus next Saturday at 12:15, I'm going to be getting inside the mind of one of the greatest characters ever to grace a football pitch in Britain. Don't miss it.
And if he hasn't got enough petrol to get home after that, then I'm sure there'll be somebody around to help him. That's what's known as a subtle clue, boys. Right, if you want to have your say on the day's action, then you can on 6:06 tonight. I'll be on 5 Live from that time. You know who will be back. That's it from us. Press your red button for Football League goals and more reaction through to 6 p.m. Thanks to Garth and Matt. We'll see you on the BBC HD channel 2:30 next Saturday.